How do you put together a content calendar for social media for either perhaps your own marketing or for your clients? I'm going to show you that today, how I do it and how I find it easier. If you're new here, my name is Melissa Mitchell. I own a social media marketing agency here in Australia, and I specialize in organic marketing. I help business owners get seen through organic marketing methods. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to share my screen on how I do it. Now, there's a lot of different ways that you can do it. You can put together content through scheduling tools. A lot of people do it this way because they find that, particularly if you are putting together content for clients, an easy way to do it is through a scheduling tool, and then give the client access to the scheduling tool to show them. So it is a lot quicker to be able to do it that way. But I actually prefer to do it through Google Docs. And the reason why is I know it probably takes a little bit longer, but I find I visually can see what the posts are going to look like against each other, as opposed when it is in a scheduling tool. I'm more about being able to see it as a whole rather than saving time. Yes, I know that if you're building and you want to scale your business, yes, this can help. But where I do save time is obviously I've got assistants and that sort of thing that people can do then the scheduling and everything for me. I just find that when I'm putting content together, not only am I looking at a post individually, I'm also looking at what was before it and what was after it. So I'm going to share my screen now and I'm going to show you how I put it together and it'll make sense for you. Now you can do this I do it in Google Drive, but you can do just a Word document in Microsoft or whatever you prefer, but I just like to use Google and use a Google Doc. So I'm going to share my screen now. Do not look at my desktop. It's how my brain works. I've got a million tabs open. And as I said, yes, that is how my brain works as well. So let's get that document open. Now, I've just set one up that's just as a dummy one because I didn't want to show you any of my clients' ones that I'm working on. So I've just set one up for my own business. Now, what I do is I just open up a blank document and I set up some columns there. Now, if it's for yourself, you don't have to worry about it looking pretty or anything like that. Then what I do, if you're setting it up for a client, I would put their logo in the top left and I would put my logo in the top right. Now, when you do this through scheduling tools, you can then send it out to them with in either, it depends on what scheduler you use. Not all software has these options, but some software will give you the option to send it out in a PDF form or perhaps a spreadsheet, like you download it as a CSV or a Microsoft Excel or whatever it is, and you can give your client the option. I had all that in scheduling tools, and then to be honest, it was a nightmare because I've got a Mac computer. Some people wanted it sent out in an Excel spreadsheet, and I just found that even though I've got a Microsoft system, I bought the software for my Mac computer, I still found if I downloaded it through my scheduler as an Excel spreadsheet, when I sent it through my Mac computer, the format still wasn't right. So I still found that I had to go onto another computer that wasn't Mac just to send them in that format. And it was an absolute nightmare. So I went, you know what? I'm just going to do it this way. It makes it a lot easier. If you want to plan your content this way, hey, still this method from me. I just find it a lot easier. And to be honest, my clients actually prefer it as well. And they're like, isn't this a longer way to do it? In the long run, no, I don't find it a longer way to do it because I find I can just see it a lot easier. So I like to be able to see what is coming, as I said, before and after. And like I said, when you're looking at a scheduling tool, yes, you can see days next to each other, but I just like to be able to scroll through it and know, just to be able to get a bigger picture of it. And I just find this a lot easier. So I set it up. I have one column that's date, The next column, platforms, as you can see here. The next column, content. It's really easy. I've just got the month there so that I can always go back and see what I did the year before. I store this on my Google Drive. As I said, if you're using Microsoft, you can set up something similar. I have done a marketing video before on how I set up my Google Drive, so you can go back and find that. And when I'm filming this, it's September 2023. In the new year, I'm going to be opening up workshops where I actually teach people how to set all this up. In Australia, they will be face-to-face, but I will be doing an online version of this as well. They'll be intense. They'll be a full day or 2 days worth, but they'll be well worth it because it'll set you up for the whole year on how to do your whole marketing for the year, and they'll be definitely well worth it. So if that's something you're interested in, reach out to me or my team and we can put you down for that. So if you don't want to pay for marketing every month for my agency to do that for you, you can certainly pay a one-off fee and have all your marketing sorted for the year for you to execute it yourself. You'll get all your templates and everything, and we'll sort you out with your laptop, your desktop, and how to do all this, and then explain exactly how you're going to do your marketing for the year so you can execute it. We'll give you all these templates and everything, everything you need, all your Canva templates, everything, how to find your content, drag and drop. It'll be so easy for you. So in the first column, what I do say, now these dates aren't right. Obviously, this is October, but I've put in here, let's just not confuse this. Let's just put in a date, right? So we're going to put in October date. I don't know if Friday the 15th is a Friday. I've just made that date up. But you're going to go in and you're going to, obviously that would be the 1st or the 2nd or whatever. How I know what days I'm doing is I use a system called ClickUp. You don't have to use ClickUp. But because I'm managing so many different clients, if you're just doing your own brand, you want to work out how many days you're posting. So you can see here what I do, because I'm managing so many different brands. I go in to start with and I work out, depending on what I've sold to that client, how many days a week I'm posting. So you can see here, I'm doing image-based posts on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, and I'm doing a video-based post on a Wednesday. So I'm giving them 4 posts a week. I'm doing other work for them as well, but in terms of posting, I'm giving them a Tuesday, Thursday, and a Sunday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and a Sunday post. So 4 posts a week. So I now know that. Now I've written Friday on this calendar, so that wouldn't be right, but I would know that I would first go and map out every single Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Thursday, and a Sunday on this calendar to start with. So I'd go into my calendar, say on my phone or my desktop, and I go, right, if it's a Tuesday, what is the first Tuesday in October? And I would start from there. And that's the first thing I would map out is my dates. Then next I would map out what platforms. So I've just put up, for example, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and X, which is Twitter. And I would say, okay, this is what I've sold this client, or if it was for you, what platforms are you marketing on? And then what content? So the content is, what am I going to post on that day? So on this particular day, this is the content. I've just pulled something from my own page. This is the post that I'm going to be doing. Now, obviously, when you post this in your if you're going to schedule it or whatever, you would have to, depending on the platform, you would have to change this up. I don't put every variation in my calendar. So what I mean by that is, for example, on X or Twitter, you can only have 250 characters. So I may need to change that around for X to know that I would have to fit that in, but I would know that when I would go to do the scheduling, because my scheduling tool or Twitter platform would tell me you've gone over on your characters. So I don't put every single variation for every single platform here. And that's something different that a scheduling tool may do for you when you're planning this. I used to have Hootsuite. I've actually got rid of it. It does have some great features, but it's so expensive. It is. And I don't know, I had a lot of glitches, and my dog's just come in the room. Sorry, so it's a bit noisy there. So, but one thing that was good is I'm just going to get him up on the bed here. Sorry, guys. Otherwise he's going to annoy everyone. one thing was, I was going to say hello there. One thing was that I could actually give the client and it would tell them, okay, this is what it's going to look like on Twitter. This is what it's going to look like on Pinterest, etc. But then my clients were saying, I'm not looking at that, Melissa. I just need to know one. So I'm like, why am I paying for this? This is ridiculous. So I don't bother with that anymore. I just say, this is what it is. It's going to look slightly different on every single platform because I can't fit all of these words. Or if it's a video post, it may not go on Twitter because Twitter will only take a video of 45 seconds or, whatever it is. So I just give them the basics and I just give them, okay, this is going to be, or, just know you may get a different version on LinkedIn because, I need to change it, or Instagram, for example, you've got Instagram on there, but Instagram doesn't support links in the post. So I'm not going to put the post on there. I would put something like, because it's a YouTube link, head to my bio to check out my YouTube channel, for example. I wouldn't put the YouTube link. So that's how I get around it. So once I've worked out I'm going to be doing Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, for example, then I go through and I start populating it. Now, as you can see, I haven't finished off the rest of this. I just wanted to give you an idea. Then from there, what I try and do is, okay, going back to then I know that I'm going to be doing image-based posts on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, and videos on Wednesdays. I know in a document, whether it's a Word doc or Google Docs, that on Wednesdays, I need to put a video in, but I also know that I cannot put a video into this document. So I'm going to screenshot a video. So I know that I need to attach that to the email, but I know that I can go through and on every single Wednesday, I'm going to write the word video in because I know I need to fill that up with the video. The other thing that I tend to do as well is at the time of recording this, and look, this could change in another year, or, social media changes pretty quickly, is at the moment, it's more favorable to, put as much, photographic image as possible rather than created tiles. When I say a created tile, I'm talking like, I'll see if I've got something in Canva here. I'm talking, like a created image. So like something like, let me see if I've just got something in Canva here. So, something like that is like what I would call a tile. This is actually a reel that I'm showing you, but let's say that was a, square. It's just coming up. Sorry for the delay there. So something that you've created, I try not to use too many of these because that's actually a reel, but if that was a Instagram size or a Facebook size post, that would be what I would call a created tile. I try to limit them to say one a month, and I try to put them in on Sundays so that it's consistent. So therefore I know that I can go through every single Sunday, and I've already got them designed in Canva. I would drop one of them in Sunday. I'm not going to do the copy, which is the writing that goes with it at this point, but I would then drop them in every Sunday. I might do a quote every Sunday, for example. So I already know that I've got that. And then all I need to do, so I've got my Wednesdays sorted, my Sundays, I just need to go in and do my Tuesdays and Thursdays. From there, what I start doing, going back to ClickUp. So you might use Asana or you might use Monday.com. It doesn't really matter. You might even just use a spreadsheet, whatever you want. I start adding some content ideas. And you can go back and watch some of my previous videos on where I get content ideas from. I'll just show you my account here. You might go back and start just dropping in your content ideas. I'll just give you, so you can actually see, this is just my account. So I'll show you some content ideas of mine. Whenever I come up with a content idea, I'll just drop it in. And as I said, you can go back and watch my other videos on where else you can get content ideas from. There's Answer the Public. There's the other one that I found the other day I did a video on was the Answer Socrates. I can't remember. There's content ideas here, even just in Google Trends, Pinterest Trends, all those sorts of things that people can't talk bad, that are trending, that people are asking for. And then I might go in and I might go, okay, I'm going to just drop that in and then start building content around it. I go into my content ideas and I take some ideas. Or if you're working for a company, they might say, look, we need to focus on this and this month. So then you start just going, sorry, it's taking ages to load. You might take some content ideas from that and just populate it in the calendar. This is taking a long time. I'm going to, sorry, let's say that's loaded. I would pick 2 content ideas for each week because I need to fill up, here we go. I need to fill up a Tuesday and a Thursday now. So I would go into my content ideas, and I've got a ton here, all these questions here, and I might go, okay, here's one. Why is social media so important? Okay, it's pretty generic, but I did get that from Google Trends. But I would say, why is social media so important for small business? And I would say, okay, how can I expand on that to make it interesting? And then I would go back to my calendar. I'm going to use that as a topic, and I would drop it into one of these Tuesdays, and I would do the same again for the Thursday, same again for, another Tuesday, same again for another Thursday, until I've now mapped out my content. Now I'm going to go fill it up. So I know that on a Sunday, I'm going to do a tile. On a Wednesday, I'm going to do a video. And now I've got my topics for Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now I'm going to go fill it up. So, and then obviously on the Tuesdays and Thursdays, to go along with those topics, I want a photo post. So that's where I go back to the company, or if it's your brand, you're going to put a photo post in because it works a lot better. And there I've got my content. So there you can schedule it, or you can get your team to schedule it, or you can schedule it yourself. As I said, I just like this I find this way a lot easier to interpret myself, because I can flick through it and go, oh, hang on, that photo's too close to this photo. Or that quote there that's going on the Sunday, the tile looks too similar to the quote that's going in on the following Sunday. Particularly for Instagram, I don't want it to look too similar, because it is a very aesthetic platform. So that's how I get across multiple platforms, knowing that, if someone's going to look at my grid or my profile, it doesn't look too similar, because you really have to think about that. The way people consume content is so quick these days. People don't sit down to a computer and say, well, I'm just going to consume an hour of content. They don't. They consume it while they're cooking dinner, while they're waiting to pick up the kids. I hate to say it, but on the toilet, on their lunch break, while they're, their kids playing soccer. So you have to get them quickly. And if it's boring and it's the same repetitive, they're going to scroll on past it. So not only do you want your content to be engaging and quick and easy to consume individually, as a whole, you want it to look great as well. And that's why I find it easier just to do it like this. And if you are a social media marketer, I do find it easier this way as well, to be able to flick out the content this way as well, because I just find it easier to see it in a whole, but also find my clients find it easier this way. Yes, it's not as quick as putting it into, a social media scheduling tool. But a lot of my clients have said, look, when you send me that scheduling tool, I've got a login that I've got to open up every day. They also can't get their head around it. I just find it this way a lot easier. Maybe it does take a little bit longer, hey, but my clients are happy. So I thought I would share that. And hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. And then you can also, I'll just get this back up. You can also, just file that in your Google Drive. As I said before, I have done a video on where you can see what else I put into my Google Drive. It can be also Microsoft, OneDrive or whatever. It doesn't have to be Google Drive. And in the new year, this is September 2023 where I'm filming this. I will be opening up workshops, but I can do one-on-one consulting for this as well. So you just need to reach out. It is not for the faint-hearted. So if you are perhaps someone who just wants a little bit of help with it, it's probably not it's probably not a product for you, because it is an intense consultation. If you are wanting a little bit of help but it's probably not at your level yet, then you can check out my digital online store. Whatever platform you're watching this on, head to the link in my bio. There'll be a link somewhere. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, there'll be something in the description. I do have a store on Etsy, which is all things digital, and there are a ton of digital resources starting on there, listed on there for the for the DIY marketer, and some of them start from as little as $3. So there's bundles on there and a lot of different things on there that can help you as well. But if you are a bigger business, I can certainly do consultations for you, and you can keep an eye out for workshops as well. So if one-on-one is not in your sites, you can certainly come to my workshops in the new year too. I'm even thinking of doing one in Indonesia as well, and making it a little bit fun, because it is going to be pretty full on for people. So that's probably going to be on the cards too. Or if you don't want a bar of that, we can just manage it for you too. So that's something else we can do as well. Hopefully that helps and gives you a little bit of insight into managing your content. Do shoot your questions below, and happy to get back to you in the comment section. Thank you for stopping by. Make sure you do subscribe or follow, and I appreciate your time. Hope to see you again soon, and we'll see you next time.